Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be doing a speech about how social media has impacted teens throughout today's society. So my general purpose for this speech is to inform the audience about social media's impact on teens. My specific purpose is at the end of this presentation, you guys, my audience, will be able to recognize what social media does to teens and their overall mental health. My central idea is that social media impacts teens by giving them anxiety and depression. The obesity rates are rising and many have social awkwardness as well. Technology has changed immensely over time. As you can tell, like when our parents were younger, they didn't really have as much excelled technology that we have nowadays. And now that it's being introduced to us at like the ages that we are now, our kids are going to be introduced to technology at a young age. Many of you guys use social media such as Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, just to name a few of them, and it's used throughout our daily routine. So like you wake up, you go on your phone, you use social media, you go throughout the day, you're checking your social media, texting people, Snapchatting people all day long. The reason I'm speaking on this topic is because it has truly affected a lot of people around me and the way that I've grown up. Again, going back to like parents, they're not as old as some parents are, but they did not have the technology that we have nowadays, considering like phones and texting and things like that. I feel that social media has a negative impact, but it also has positives. Of course, like texting people and getting to communicate with them is easier, but the social media impact of it isn't really the most positive. Doesn't have the most positive outcome. All this being said, we'll now go more in depth with the topic and how social media truly has impacted today's society and teens. Today's teens have an increasing rate of anxiety and depression. According to Sword, the use of social media has increased immensely throughout the last decade. The more social media was used by teens, more as a set body image, poor self-esteem, and many other issues which have led to anxiety or depression. It is seen more in teen girls and teen boys, just because girls have a more emotional stance to things than boys do. Teens rely on social media overall and are rating themselves as an outcome because they look at social media and they think, oh, this is how I have to look, this is how I have to be, this is what I have to do, when that's not really true. According to NPR, individuals in which have reported symptoms consistent with major depression over the past year increased 52% in teens and 63% in young adults over a decade. The numbers keep rising, so we need to get a grasp on that. Now that it is stated how teens have an increasing rate of anxiety and depression, let's discuss how teens are not getting the proper nutrition because of social media. Many teens do not have the proper nutrition, and this has led to obesity and other health-related issues as well. According to Andrea, a study was collected of both male and female teens about nutrition and what they gain their nutrition knowledge from. 39% used Facebook, 27% used Instagram, 25% used television, and Snapchat was used about 9% of the time. It was concluded that getting nutritional information off of social media is far less efficient than getting it from like a nutritionalist and someone that specializes in that specific thing than getting it off of social media, just because everything you see isn't true. Although social media impacts overall health and nutrition, so does other technological platforms such as Xbox and PlayStation. As a lot of people know, Xbox and PlayStation are used throughout many teens' lives as they just sit there and watch their television screen all day long playing their video games. Teens are clearly affected by social media overall, but what else is the negative impact of the technological development? Many teens today live through social media, therefore they may come off as socially awkward or have social awkwardness. According to Resnick, as a result of the daily use of social media by teens throughout everyday life, they lack in basic social skills. Individuals often deal with peer victimization throughout school and sometimes friend groups as well. Peer victimization is like bullying, but like because of social media and what you see on social media, it goes into the real world because you see things on social media and it makes you act one way in person, which is a way that you shouldn't be acting. It can happen with people you don't know and you just met, but it can also happen in your friend group, so it's not really like a specific thing. Like it doesn't only happen to people that you just became friends with. You can be friends with someone for forever and it could happen. This can happen from various causes, but one specifically is being lack of social skills because people are just using technology all the time, so it's kind of taking away your lack of talking to people and being face-to-face interactions versus texting someone or using social media to talk to them. Teens can sometimes not know how to properly act, which is bad behavior and lack of common knowledge. Again, going back to social media, people just use it so much that like once they go out in a public area or they see someone or they see fights online or like there's different things that you see like wrestling and stuff like that, people could think that that's okay to do just because they see it online or on the television. They think, oh, I can go do that to my friend, which isn't the right way to go about things. Social awkward teens have become more and more common throughout the last decade or so as well. All in all, teens are too consumed with technology in today's world. Social media has impacted today's teens by getting them anxiety and depression, the obesity rates rising, and many have social awkwardness. Without the overuse of technology and social media becoming wider and more popular, teens would still be living happy, healthy social lives.